I'm Shaw Bose, concert visual designer in Los Angeles, California. Today, we're talking to Pixeldust. Pixeldust is a VJ, video tech, and video artist based in Denver who's been part of the video teams putting on incredible shows in the Denver area and beyond, including many of the events at the iconic Red Rocks Amphitheater. She's well-versed in all things concert visuals, whether that's building walls, designing video systems, or performing or creating content. She's currently freelance, making pixel magic happen for audiences all across America. We're really excited to have her on the show. We've got a ton to talk about. So without further ado, Pixeldust, thanks for being on the show. Working at Brown Note, can you describe your day-to-day, what it's like, what you're getting involved in?
I'm more involved on the gear side of things. So basically, okay, here's this thing we need to build. What do we need to make it work? And I'll help prep that and get that ready in the shop. And then you roll onto site and you have everything that you need, from your cabling to your processing to, the gear itself, as far as like tiles or fixtures go, if you're doing lighting, or, the speakers if you're doing audio. And then we will build it all and put on a great show, and then usually tear it down sometimes the same day. It's really in the prep, I think, that a lot of the magic happens. I think when it comes to setting yourself up for success, having all of the right pieces, especially with video, one dongle, one Ethernet coupler, one small cable could make or break the show. You need a DVI to HDMI, and you're in middle of nowhere, Ohio, and the nearest Best Buy is 3 hours away, and that's the only way you can talk to your processing rack to configure your video wall. I mean, you don't have that one cable, like the show is not having. There's been so many times where it comes down to those little details. So in the prep work, understanding the big picture, but also understanding each little piece in the chain of the signal flow that's necessary to make something work is super, super important.
The video tech side of things, as well as the VJ performance side. How do you think that doing both has helped you out?
As a VJ, as a content creator, I'm thinking forward to the days where I know enough how I would build a show, that when I get to the point where I'm designing these rigs and I'm designing content to match the rig, that I'm not going to be looking at it as like, oh, like, let me just put this on screen. No, it's going to be a very integrated thing. I'm going to create content that fits the rig, and I'm going to create a rig that I know that can be built. Being a VJ and being a video technician, we like to call a head person on site who does video the V1, and technically, if you were operating the show as a VJ, you would be a V1, because you would be at the top of the signal flow. You are sending the content, and to come in and to be, in that level, and then to plug in your HDMI and have no idea what's going on the other end can really handicap some people. Make sure you know how to take a deep breath and think about it before you just freak out, because Resolume is buggy as shit and stuff stops working sometimes, and there's a logical way from start to finish to see why something is not working. And if you're an artist and you've only ever been an artist, and you've only ever been a content creator, and you've only ever been a VJ that has to just plug in, play, you don't know how to troubleshoot the technical engineering side of it. And knowing both of those things, I think, makes VJ stronger and video tech stronger. If you're a video tech that has only set up walls and racks and knows nothing about Resolume, you wouldn't think to check that, that'd be the last thing you'd think to check. And just shit like that really can make or break a show, especially, like I said, with these short change EDM festivals.
Yeah, I mean, we are all part of the same signal chain, so it's helpful to know at least a few steps down, if not all the way between you and the wall, kind of what's happening, so that we can help each other out.
My secret sauce for video teching, this is gonna be so lame and basic, but like, sometimes, dude, just turn it off and turn it back on again.
Hell yeah.
Literally, the amount of times that I've unplugged and replugged and it just worked, I don't question it. Video walls are sentient beings. Like, they sometimes get angry and you just have to, go give them some attention. And sometimes they need to stay in time out for a second. It's all about like signal flow and patience and understanding, like you were saying earlier, like you freak out and you start pressing buttons and changing stuff on the processors and stuff like that. The secret sauce for being a technician is being super, super logical and calm and patient and just starting from top to bottom. Okay, start with power. Start from the beginning. The beginning is power. Or is everything powered on? Okay, everything's powered on. Okay, now we go to the tiles themselves. Are they all passing signal to one another? Okay, they're all plugged in. Okay, so now we go to the processor. Is everything plugged into the processor? Is everything in the right spot? And then you go to the configuration. Okay, is everything configured right? Now in my configuration, I can see, okay, I'm missing a tile here. That's where it breaks. That's where the chain breaks. Okay, let me go back to the wall. Okay, it's plugged in. So is it the tile? Is it the width itself? Okay, well, let's plug into the top tile and let's see if we pass signal through that. Okay, so now we've eliminated, it's not this port, it's got to be this width. Okay, so what can we do about it? Change it out. It's just knowing, like, start from top to bottom so you can catch it if it's something stupid. And you're just like, oh, it's not working. I need to run a new line. I need to turn this off. I need to change a tile. You get ahead of yourself and then you create problems before you fix them. And if there's any secret sauce to video teching, it's that, or it's knowing who to call, because you can't Google a lot of this stuff. A lot of the stuff it takes to like make it work, you can't Google it because there's no forum for this. There's Facebook groups and whatever, but as far as like Googling specific, like, this stopped working and this happened and set up like this, there's no magical formula to knowing that. It's literally just, do I have a friend I can call who's done this before? And usually I do.
If you like this clip, be sure to check out the playlist of all of the full interview episodes, and make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. Thanks for watching. Peace.